thank you to Reiner.
What to say now? First of all, thank you. And what you were saying to me, I want to give back. Without you and coming to these conferences, preparing these conferences in your country, and supporting us, even in the very difficult situation during this week, this was great and powerful. And the voice of these conferences will be heard in the room. I'm sure about this. They believe the mass media, politicians, and all the opportunists believe they can make us small by totally undemocratic practice. They're trying to shorten democracy to a mainstream discussion. And everything who is not following the mainstream will be Russia's spy and agent of Putin. We destroyed with these conference, these games. We show that we can discuss about ceasefire and negotiations with peace friends in the Ukraine and Russia. And thanks to the friends of Ukraine and Russia who had the courage and the power to discuss this with us. This was very encouraging. And let me say it very clear. This conference was not only a peace conference. It was also a conference fighting for democracy. And we have in our country to protect democracy. And I got in the last interview a question, do you feel isolated? I was first saying no, because, look to the room and to the great people, 32 countries, and a lot of us joining us via Zoom. And then I was telling to the lady, I'm feeling very proud to be at the site when for more than 150 countries in the world which are fighting for negotiation and peace like us. That is, we are the majority of the world. The minority are the NATO countries and the war monster. And this is the challenge and the chance. And the challenge and the chance is that we have together with these countries, with the parliaments, the government, and the civil societies in these countries, develop a new coalition, a new worldwide coalition. Now I'm using Bush, the new coalition of willingness for peace, fighting together for peace. And this coalition will win the war so quick as possible and force the others for negotiations and ceasefire. This is the challenge we are facing. And this is our work to do at home. This means, as a first point, solidarity. The peace activists in Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, and the surrounding countries. We have to support them wherever we can. This means, second, that we have to look forward. And please, let us forget some of our old fights during the last. Who is responsible for what? Who is working with whom? Who is criticizing more this side or that? Let us look, and I'm following the example of our Italian colleagues in their preparation of the huge demonstrations. Let us follow their advice. Let's look forward. And forward means let us unite behind three ceasefire, negotiations, and stopping the militarization of our countries, reducing the military budgets. That is the key challenge we have. And when we are doing this all together and have the same climate and the same atmosphere, like we have it on these conferences, we can discuss about everything. We are open to listening to different voices. And I love the diversity which I can see at these conferences. I'm very much in favor of the diversity which was in my working group. So different opinions, but united in the key points. Let us take the diversity, the main opinions, the main ways to peace and the main thoughts from different parts of the world as a challenge, as an advantage, as some of great positive thing for the future activities, and not try to be 150% correct and only I am correct and the other never is correct. I think we have to overcome this and to unite us under the key points which are needed now. That is the main challenge we are facing. When I'm saying this, I would like to ask you for the future for more actions. Let us follow the examples of the Italian colleague. They organized 2 demonstrations with more than 100,000 people. Let us follow maybe the colleagues in Berlin, which are organized a demonstration of 50,000 people, or in Munich with 20,000. And then we have 1-0 more behind all our actions. Then, yes, then we are on the right way. And this we have to do when we come home. We must occupy the streets against the majority of hate, which has come from our media, against the disinformation of our politicians. We can only win when we have the majority on the streets, when the people will follow us. This is the work we have to do for the future. And for that, I'm not too tired. Thank you.